So I'm just really struggling how to figure out how to tell you that I haven't been doing art for about a week and a half. I think there's a lot of feelings surrounding it, and when I started this YouTube channel like 2 months ago, I was drawing every day. I set out to do a 100-day challenge. It felt so good to hold myself accountable to that challenge, and I was on it for 47 days or something like that, and then just life got in the way, really. One day of not drawing led to another day, and then I took a trip to Chicago, and I had all these plans to draw, and I brought all these materials. I picked out my colored pencils. I wanted to work on my thesis there, and it just didn't go to plan and didn't go how I wanted it to, basically. Life can just throw you for a loop. So basically, there were a couple different avenues that I could go down at this point, and the first avenue being, well, I didn't do those days, so I'll add a week and a half or 2 weeks on to the end so that I'm doing 100 days. The second avenue is I just give up completely and just tell myself that I failed, that, let all of the negativity build up to a point of just accepting defeat. And then the third option is to just accept that happened and then move on from it and finish out the 100 days from day one. And I think that third option is what I decided on. I think that I'm the one that set this challenge in the first place for myself. And because of that, I get to decide how it goes, how it plays out, what that looks like for me as a person. I think that if I added time on to the end, maybe it would just never end. I would be encroaching into my next semester. I'd have to be focusing on my thesis. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I haven't done art in a while, I'm feeling scared. I was on such a roll, and now I'm feeling a bit lost. I'm feeling unsure and uncertain, even though it really hasn't been that long, but I think I had such a routine of it, and it was something that felt so dependable, and then I kind of lost that. So I'm gonna try and get that back. I'm gonna get my groove back, or whatever. So earlier today, I filmed, edited, and posted my most recent YouTube video, making my art toolkit folio palette and setting up the colors and stuff like that. That was just fun to play with the paint and create new colors and see how they all interacted with each other. So I think that's a sign that I will get my watercolors out. I actually have a new brush that I got, and I haven't even used it yet. I've had it for a while. I'm gonna unbox that and show you the brush. I'm gonna try that out. It's the biggest watercolor brush I've gotten, and probably the most I've ever spent on a watercolor brush too, so that'll be interesting. But I thought what I could do is just kind of keep you there. You can be like my art buddy, that you're gonna kind of help me for moral support. So if you're kind of feeling stuck, or if you haven't done art for a while and you just need a little friend to encourage you or just to start, feel free to get out some materials, a pencil, your writing, your knitting, whatever it is that you do, and you can work along with me. I don't know what I'm gonna draw. I was thinking maybe some butterflies, because they've been making me feel very excited and peaceful, and I keep seeing them and noticing them everywhere. So that might be where I'm gonna start. It's gonna be funky, it might be weird, but we're gonna see how this goes. But first, I'm gonna show you the brush, and I'll be back. Okay, so I have my box here. Hopefully you can't hear the fan noise too much, but it was really hot today, so I have to have that on. So this is the brush that I got. so it is a squirrel brush, and normally normally I don't buy this. That's probably why she loves it, is because it's squirrel hair. Normally I always buy synthetic brushes for, you know, animal welfare reasons, as well as I guess this is her brush now. Animal welfare reasons and just cost. I just decided that I would buy that I would just buy, especially buying a large brush. Oh my gosh. Dillis, come here. I have one silver black velvet brush that is squirrel hair and synthetic hair mixed, and I really liked it, so I just decided to buy one. This was expensive for sure, but it's larger than any round brush I have. I just decided that I'd give it a try because it might allow me to paint larger and she's back. And be able to, for it to hold more water. It might also be, it might have more longevity. Only time will tell, but I'm gonna try this out in a painting tonight. That was interesting. I made some really weird butterflies. The first one I did from a picture that I found just from, you know, searching. And then I looked at another picture and I had intended to paint from that one, but then my camera died. So I decided to try and paint a butterfly from memory. And as you saw, it's weird. But at the end of the day, it was fun. I did it. I was able to experiment with materials and colors, and I'm gonna see where this takes me because I could have just been scared and not even done anything today, and I got to do art, which ultimately is what's supposed to be fun. I'm like feeling sweaty and I probably need to take a break away from my desk light because it heats up a lot, but I will see you tomorrow. For Tilly and her litter box. I feel like every time I try and film, she is either eating, trying to jump in front of the camera, or she's in her litter box. She's just trying to steal the show. Now that I am properly caffeinated and covered in cat hair, and now she's eating. But my goal for the day, I work this afternoon, and then tidy up my desk because it was really clean, my room. I like organized everything and stuff like right after I got back from Chicago. And then everything gets away from me. Like I do one painting and my whole desk is crazy. I did a little bit of tidying this morning right when I got up, and then I'm gonna try and do some more now. And then I think I want to do another butterfly painting or butterfly drawing. I haven't used soft pastels in a while, and so I might try those. It kind of has an ethereal vibe to it. I've realized this about myself as an artist, at least, is I don't really like being super messy. I think like I love like oil pastels. I love how oil pastels are, but actually using them in my process, like they never dry, and I just they're too messy to store. Don't really want to spray it if it's mixed media and there's watercolor involved. So yeah, I haven't really been using them, and kind of the same with soft pastels because they never really set and they can smudge. Like I don't use them in a traditional sense. I use them in a more like the first layer kind of. So I'm gonna try that out, see what I can do, and then I want to be able to watch some reality shows and zone out before work. So that's the plan. It's a few days later from when I started this. This is the last page in this sketchbook. I didn't really like how it was going, so I think that I was feeling a little unsure of how to finish this sketch. And I think there's probably pressure because it's the last sketch or the last page or the last spread. And so I figured, you know what, I just gotta rip the band-aid off and I just need to get it done. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna try and approach it with having fun and kind of see how it goes from there. Gonna get my colored pencils out. I've got the soft pastels again. The other thing that I didn't show you from the other day was the drawings that I did. I was trying to draw from my imagination. So this is kind of what came out of it. I'm really vibing with butterflies and bugs, and so making little scenes with them. I don't know if I've showed this either, but I did these the other day, and they're just little, this one they're just like playing chess on a teacup, and then this one it's like a little sauna with bugs, with the bug and like little teacup sauna. I've been enjoying that. And the one I'm working on or started the other day is from a picture I took from my grandma's memorial. We went to the coast. So I don't know if there's pressure on like wanting to make it to just, you know, do justice to that period of time or do justice to the moment. I also feel like my brain's not really working very well today, so there's a lot of issues at play here, but sometimes you just have to push through it all, because I think so often I'll wait to do art for like the perfect time, or like, oh, if I'm, I've got to wait for the perfect moment, when really the majority of the time it's not going to be perfect. There's always going to be something like that you can't control or that's outside of your control, and that's okay. And I think I just haven't really been liking anything that I've been drawing in the past couple days, or that I don't feel like is worthy to share with the world or strangers or the internet. And I've been being really hard on myself. So the lesson that I'm learning from this is that you don't have to finish a sketchbook spread right there, then and there. You can approach it like however you want. You can come back to it. You can layer on it later, whatever. And that's how I'm going to look at it now and just see what comes out of it. I finished the painting and it turned out honestly kind of like a hot mess. But that's okay. I experimented and explored. I really like this part, like whatever's going on here with the layering and the colors. Really like that. The rest of it, you know, I did it. And that's all that counts, I guess. I don't know. The reference photo. So it was like really complicated and tricky. We learned something from every painting, and that's all that matters. I've learned a lot this week. I feel like I set out to get out of my funk, get out of my artist rut. There's just other stuff going on, I guess, and I've achieved my goal, which I feel good about. I got back into the routine. I drew every day, and it made things feel less scary. I think the main thing I learned is when you're feeling like you haven't, in order to get back into creating, I think what helped me the most was to almost like focus on one thing that felt like safe or felt exciting to kind of anchor you in the process, because sometimes it can feel so overwhelming when you're trying to get back into the routine of creating. And I think that that's what really helped me, and butterflies was the answer, I guess. And I really enjoyed putting this vlog together and to document the process of all of this. So yeah, I think that I'll have another vlog for next week to kind of hold myself accountable as well, and hopefully help anybody else who is struggling to get back into their routine. I really appreciate you being here. If you haven't already, if you could like or subscribe, that would mean so much. And I will see you next week. Bye.